What's going on, traders? A few things to talk about. Hope everyone enjoyed their weekend, but it is time to lock back in. So, without further ado, like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get into the video. So, something we talked about in the last video is how the market could be potentially leading us into a bear trap. And how we came to that conclusion is that we looked at the 4 hour time frame here and we saw that the market was repeating the same process over and over, heading into Jackson Hole event, where you consolidate, break down, consolidate, break down, consolidate, break down. You guys get the idea. But something that was bothering me here is that while yes, we were breaking below this trend line channel, whatever you want to call it, is actually market out here. Yes, you were breaking below this trend line on a much smaller time frames, 4 hour and below. But on a daily time frame, you was forming this reversal pattern. This formed on Wednesday, right? Where you had this reversal hammer pattern, bullish pennant pattern. It doesn't necessarily matter what you call it. The point is that you had a reversal pattern here. It signaled a potential reversals on the way, and that's exactly what we got. Jerome Powell spoke on Friday. The market anticipated that there's a higher chance of rate cuts coming in September, and boom, we pump towards the upside, right? And so the question is, are we going to continue towards the upside? Well, if we look at history, and shout out to Discord members for pointing this out to me, in 2024, the day of the Jackson Hole event speech, we saw a little bit of upside. The day after, we saw a little bit of downside. And then 5 days after, we saw a 4% decline in the market. 2023, you saw a little bit of downside, nothing too crazy. I would just argue that this is just a flat day. Day after, you saw a little bit of upside. And then 5 days after, you saw a 1% decline in the market. 2023, 5 days after, you saw a 7% decline in the market. You guys can read the rest of this, screenshot it, do what you got to do. And so if we look at the SPY, right? And we go in the past and look up these dates, we pretty much see exactly what happened. I do encourage you guys to, look these dates up. Don't take my word for it, right? But 2024, right? The day of Jackson Hole event, you saw a little bit of upside that day, and then the few days after, or even the day after, you saw a pretty decent decline in the market where you went from about 560 on the SPY all the way to about 540. Not too bad in my opinion. But then when you go further back, so you go back to 2023, you saw a little bit of upside, or maybe downside the day of Jackson Hole event, and then look what happened. You went from about 450 all the way to about 420, 418, more or less on the spot, right? Same thing in 2022. 2022, I would argue, was probably the worst one out of all of them. But again, you saw a lot of downside in 2022. Now, this is not me saying that we're going to immediately tank tomorrow. I can't tell you what's going to happen. I can only give you guys the levels. And one thing we talked about is, as long as the SPY stays below 645, there's a good chance that we're going to see a move towards 650, which I do think is on the table, right? But after that, can't really tell you much. I can only give you psych levels at that point on. So if we break above 650, 655, 660, so on and so forth, you guys get the idea. We look at the triple Qs, right? And I would argue the triple Qs can give you a much better idea on where we're going to go from here. Where I do think it's very much possible that we're going to see a move to 580 on the triple Qs as long as we stay above 570 right here, pretty much where these guys are. So pretty much between 577, 580 is what we're looking at for the triple Qs, right? Let's actually turn this into a supply and demand zone. So somewhere up here is what I'm looking at, where we can either, pump further towards the upside, or we consolidate here before seeing more upside. Maybe we wait on Nvidia earnings. The point is, I still think 580 is on the table for the triple Qs, and I do think 650 is on the table for the SPY. Now, if we look at the futures, right, we look at the Nasdaq. Now, the Nasdaq is telling us giving us a much clearer picture here. Now, what I will say is that heading into tomorrow, I would just urge caution, right? Like I said in the last video, I'm going to wait 30 minutes until open tomorrow just to see if the market digests anything new or is finished digesting any news we got for Jackson Hole event. But right now, we're pretty much between a rock and a hard place when it comes to the NQ, which is why I said we may see some consolidation maybe Monday and Tuesday. Historically, the day after a huge pump or to the upside or even a dump to the downside, historically a day or two after, you do see the market pretty much cool down. So I'm not expecting too much to happen tomorrow. But if it does, then that's great as well. So I do imagine that the triple Qs or NQ is probably going to consolidate within this range before making an actual decision. Maybe we pump towards the upside, maybe we pump towards the downside. I know that sounds annoying, but that's what it is, right? But you do have a morning star pattern here as well. So if we manage to break above 23,600 on the NQ, then I do imagine we're heading towards these guys here at 23,860, 23,850 more or less. If we manage to break below 23,200 on the NQ, then I do think we're going to head towards 22,800. We'll talk about that once we get closer to that target. And so when we look at the daily time frame here, right? If we zoom out, we're already on the daily time frame. What am I talking about? But if we zoom out in the daily time frame here, you guys see that we are, breaking below this rising wedge. And so what we want to see here is a reclaim of this rising wedge. And what I mean by that is a break back within the rising wedge in order to pretty much invalidate it, right? So we want to see a not only a break above 23,850, but we also want to see a break back within 24,000. And then from there, I imagine we're going to head much higher, probably towards 24,500, 25,000. All right. So when we look at the ES, right? ES, pretty much the same thing, right? When we're looking at the NQs and the ES, you're pretty much looking at the same thing. The difference is that you're retesting the bottom of this rising wedge pattern on the ES. And so your key level here is obviously 6,500, which is a very, very strong psych level. And so what we want to see is a reclaim of 6,500. From there, you're heading towards 6,510. And then from there, it's very much possible that you're heading towards 6,600. At that point, you'll basically be back within this rising wedge at the top of this rising wedge, and then at that point you'll be hitting 6,600, which I do believe is like a Tom Lee target. If you're one of those people that follow Tom Lee, I think that's interesting. That's interesting information that you may want to follow if you are interested in him or any type of way. But as far as downside here, what you want to see is 6,450. All right, 6,450 from there, 6,430, 6,400. All right, you manage to break below 6,400, then I do imagine you're heading towards 6,200, as low as 6,200, I should say, right here where these guys are. So that's what we're looking at for the ES. All right, and that's pretty much the video. All right, so few things on the side. I mean, Bitcoin 112K is your key level. 112K, you saw us break below 112K. You retested 110K, and now you're back above 112K. So right now, with Bitcoin, you're between a rock and a hard place between 112K and 115K. Until we get back above 115K, I have nothing for you guys. And if we get below 110K, then I do believe we're going to head towards 105, 103K range. So that's Bitcoin. Ethereum. Um, we invested into Ethereum in the Discord. I do have a target for Ethereum heading towards 5,400. That is one of my targets. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight or anything like that, but we are investing into Ethereum. We're up about $200 right now, so it's $200 per Ethereum. And so right now, what I'm looking at is a target towards 5,400. Ethereum is overextended right now, especially on a weekly time frame. So you want to be careful with that. What I think is a real blessing with Ethereum is one, a retest of 4,000, 3,800. But if you're talking about like going heavy, like if I'm talking about going crazy on Ethereum, I'm looking at this target down here at 2,800, 3,000. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Okay. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm just saying this will be great. A retest here would be absolutely beautiful. Okay. At that point, I'm going heavy. All right. So that's what we're looking at for Ethereum. So your key levels for Ethereum right now, if you're looking to, invest into crypto, maybe you're excited about altcoin season or whatever the case may be. This level right here, you see we're rejected here, rejection here, rejection here. So what we're looking for is a retest of this level. So boom, then boom. All right. Or you just continue towards 5,400 and then reject back towards the downside again. Ethereum is pretty overextended on the weekly and maybe the daily time frame. Feel free to check that out yourself. Don't quote me. I'm just not sure why what oven mitts on, but those are the key levels that I'm looking to invest or further invest into Ethereum. All right, and that's pretty much the video. So hopefully you guys got something out of it. So in conclusion, guys, be careful trading this week. I'm not saying tomorrow is going to be immediately bearish or anything like that. I'm just saying look in the past. Look at what happens every time in the past, whether it's a day after, whether it's a few days after. Typically, we do see some downside in the market, whether Nvidia earnings cause it, whether Trump causes it, whether I don't know, Jerome Powell says something else and reiterates something else. I don't know. The point is that you do typically see some decent downside a few days after Jackson Hole event. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And until the next video, traders, have a good one.